Hello guys, welcome to the 3D market commentary. Today being Friday the 18th of March. Just move my mic a bit closer there. I'm just going to put the disclaimers on the board here or on the screen. By all means, please read them, even if you need to pause the video to do so if I move on a bit too quickly. Now, in terms of where you can go for questions and support before we crack on with the 3D market commentary, let me just show you where you can go. You have Becky at tradewithufos.com. That's an email address you can use. That's my email address. And then there's support at tradewithufos.com as well. So you can email us on that. You can also go to tradewithufos.com/Becky. That'll bring you here. From this link, you can get different apps and platforms. You can book one-on-one coaching. And if you scroll down, you can log in for free and ask a question here as well. Now, you might find that previous questions that have been answered give you the answer to your question anyway in this area. If not, then like I said, you can log in for free and do it yourself. Okay, so the 3D market commentary. What is it? Essentially, it is a video that we do every day, Monday to Friday, to accompany an email that we send to our free members. Now, this email looks like this. And everything that's on the email is relevant to what is in the charts, what we have in the markets. Now, we call it a 3D approach or a 3D market commentary because for each of the major markets that we go through, we look at three major elements per market. Now, the first one is market climate. What this means is, where is the likely upcoming market direction? Is it likely to go up? Is it likely to go down? Or is it not really likely to go anywhere? We use technology to help us. It's this app here called AutoClimate. This is a free app on most platforms you can get it on. And what AutoClimate does is basically tell us where that likely upcoming market direction is. If it's a thick blue dot, that tells us probability is upwards. If it's a thick red dot, that tells us probability is downwards. If it's a thin dot of either color, that tells us probability is in neither direction. So we use that to help us figure out the direction of price. Then we want to figure out, where do we have buyers and sellers that could change things? This is where we look for buy and sell UFOs. UFO in this context stands for unfilled orders, and we're looking for buy orders and sell orders that could push price up or down respectively. So again, we use an app, Auto UFOs in this case, and this app shows us with the green UFOs where buyers are, and with the red UFOs where sellers are. So we'll look at that per market as well. And then we'll look at market volatility, which is how quickly we expect the markets to move. Now we'll look at each of those elements on 5 different markets. The first market we're looking at is the S&P 500, which is the top 500 US stocks. Now, of course, different things happen on different time frames. We are looking at daily time frames, daily charts for each of these markets. Okay, so with the S&P 500, we see on our AutoClimate app a thin dot. That tells us not enough probability either way. It's not quite sure what it's doing. So we don't need to trade it. No need to trade this on this time frame if there's not enough probability one way or the other. Now we do have sellers up here between 44.84.5 to 44.22.75. If price were to hit those sellers, we would expect that they would push price back down again. Now, we've got buyers, but all the way down here between 39.83.75 to 39.33.75. Again, quite a way to go before we hit the buyers. So overall, not enough probability either way at the moment, but we do have sellers close by that could change things. So be aware of that if we were to hit that area. Now, in terms of market volatility, we would expect that the S&P would go up or down in 1 year by 26.46%. So in a day, that's 72.89 points. In a week, 160.47 points. And in a month, 334.04 points. That's movement either up or down within those periods of time. So that's the S&P 500. Moving on now to the next market, which is oil. Before we do so, just to highlight here about the courses that we offer. We do courses that are very affordable in futures, stocks, backtesting, forex, trading plans, and psychology. Most of the courses will also have a 3-month complimentary access to the apps. AutoClimate is a free app. That's this one down here. On most platforms, you can get it on. Also, UFOs, depending on the platform, depends on the price, but it is a monthly subscription, a paid for monthly subscription to use Auto UFOs. Now, you can subscribe directly to the Auto UFOs straight away. You don't have to get a course in order to use them. It's normally cheaper to get a course and get access for free for 3 months than it would be to just use the UFOs. So check that out, see what makes most sense to you. Now, coming back to oil, which is the next market here, we have a thin dot, not enough probability either way, indecision on a daily chart of crude oil. Now, we do have new buyers that have just appeared between 99.22 to 93.53, and we're relatively close to them. So if price were to hit those buyers today, we'd expect them to push price back up again. We've got a little way to go before we hit sellers. They are up at 130.5 to 115.54. Overall, not enough probability today based on the climate, but be aware of hitting those buyers and potential movement to the upside from there. In terms of volatility, we'd expect oil to move up or down in a day by 67.78%. Sorry, in a year by 67.78%. So in a day, that's 4.4 points up or down. In a week, 9.68 points. And in a month, 20.15 points. Again, either up or down. The next market is gold. Before we load it, just to highlight down here about the coaching and support that we offer. We do a lot for free. Got a lot of videos on YouTube and LinkedIn and Facebook and places like that that you can access for free. You can ask us questions on our frequently asked questions section. You can email us. We do all of that for free to help and support you. Now, we do have a closed coaching community, which is a small monthly fee that gives you access to more resources and live trading videos. So check that out if you want to. Otherwise, like I said, we do a lot for free anyway. Okay, gold. With gold, we have a thin dot, not enough probability either way. Again, it's a similar kind of theme with all of our markets so far today. We do have sellers very close by, between 2015.1 to 1960.6. So if price were to move up a little bit and hit those sellers, we'd expect them to push price down. We've got buyers quite a way away, 1815.8 to 1788.5. So overall, not enough probabilities either way today to trade it. But if it were to hit those sellers, we would expect movement downwards. So bear that in mind. Now with volatility, with gold, we'd expect a movement in 1 year of 22.23%. So in a day, 27.08 points. In a week, 59.62 points. And in a month, 124.112 points, either up or down. The next market is the US dollar, which is responsible for about 80% of transactions worldwide daily. So be aware of it. Whether you trade it or not, it will affect a lot of other markets. Now, unsurprisingly, seems to be the theme today. Thin dots, unconfirmed climate, not enough probability either way. This market does not know what it's doing on this time frame. Now, we've got an interesting situation here in that we have buyers very close by, between 97.85 to 97.295. They've already worked a couple of times to push price up. Price came in here before, hit the buyers, and was pushed up. Came back again, looks like it was yesterday, hit the buyers, and pushed back up again. That's what we expect buyers to do, is push price up. That's why we want to know where they are. However, saying that, we have sellers very close by. In fact, we are within those sellers right now, 99.3 to 98.295. So overall, we have sellers pushing down right now, buyers pushing up right now, pretty much at the same place or very, very close together. And we've got an unconfirmed climate. So again, no need to be trading this. There's no clear direction in either way. In terms of volatility, we would expect movement up or down in 1 year of 8.61%. In a day, that's 0.53 points. In a week, 1.17 points. And in a month, 2.44 points, up or down. Last but not least is bakkt Bitcoins. Let's load this here. And let's just point down here while that loads to our top platform. TOP stands for Predictive Options Planner. So if you're an options trader, it's especially helpful because of all the integrated apps in there that specifically help you with options that are exclusive to the platform. But even if you just trade stocks or futures or Forex, and you don't trade options, it's also a really great platform to use because it integrates all of our apps together to help you with your analysis. So check that out if you'd like to. Okay, bakkt Bitcoin. What a surprise. Thin dot, not enough probability today. It seems that the markets today, across the sort of 5 major markets that we've looked at, and therefore most likely associated markets elsewhere, are undecided today. Don't know what they're doing. That means we shouldn't really be trading them. There's no point trading something that doesn't have probability in one direction or the other. Otherwise, you're just guessing. And then that's not a very consistent or very successful over a long period of time trading strategy. Now with Bitcoin, we have buyers close by between 39,847.5 to 38,220. If price were to come down and hit the buyers, we'd expect them to be pushed up. For the time being, though, nothing to be called. We have sellers up here, so a little way before we get to the sellers, between 45,205 to 42,935. In terms of volatility, we'd expect movement up or down in 1 year on Bitcoin of 79.9%. So in a day, 2,038.96 points. In a week, 4,488.56 points. And in a month, 9,343.69 points. So that's Bitcoin. Now, for each of our markets today, we have looked at 3 major elements in our 3D market commentary. We have looked at market climate, looking at our auto climate app to see where we have probabilities as to the likely upcoming direction of the market. Was it likely to go up? Was it likely to go down? Or actually, in today's case, all of them were unlikely to go in either direction. Then we looked at buy and sell UFOs, where we had buyers that could push price up, where we had sellers that can push price down, and where they are relative to current price. And then we looked at market volatility, which is how quickly we expect the markets to move or how far we expect them to move within these given periods of time. Now, the last thing to look at is our weekly economic calendar. We get that from fxstreet.com. And we filter by high impact news because, of course, we want to know which scheduled news reports might affect the markets that we trade. Today being Friday, the 18th of March, it's only today as the US market opens, which is just about now, 12 minutes ago, news that could have affected the Canadian dollar or Canadian markets. So be aware of that. Otherwise, guys, today is Friday, so I wish you a great end to your trading week, a great weekend ahead, and I will see you soon. Please reach out if you have any questions. You can email me, becky@tradective.com, or you can go to tradewithufos.com/Becky, which takes you here, and you can get different apps, one-on-one coaching if you want to book that, or you can see a bunch of questions and answers that might help you, or you can post a question there yourself. Okay, take care, everybody. See you soon. Bye-bye.